Hey everyone, okay, so how amazing does my skin look? So this is a foundation that I've been working on, and it is literally like a filter for your face. It gives you this dreamy, gorgeous, airbrushed, almost fake looking skin. It is absolutely amazing. Oh my God, it is literally everything. I am shook. Okay, so I will never, ever use that word again. Ever. Okay, so while going through comments in my recent video, lovely comment from a person called Dreamweaver said that one of the things that irritates her about YouTube videos is the Neapolitan ice cream cheeks. And I knew instantly what she meant, which is this. So we see it a lot of the times, which is the stripes across the face. 3 of them. You got your contour, your blusher, and your highlighter, giving that really gorgeous, flawless, amazing looking cheek. So before we go on, first of all, because there's always going to be somebody that's about to be horrifically offended and who will sit there typing me, you know, type away. I don't read them, but okay. So makeup is just that. It washes off. I always believe you should do whatever you want. It's just makeup. Who cares? The point of this video is really because I think that a lot of people, particularly a lot of younger people, tend to think that that is how you apply an application of blusher, bronzer, and highlighter in order to give that effect, which I think some people truly believe gives the illusion of a contoured cheek, a highlighted cheek, and a flushed cheek. Generally speaking, any form of contour should never be seen. So years and years ago, there was a Janet Jackson video, and I was watching it, and I was pretty young at the time, like 16, something like that, 17. And I just could not get over her eye. It had the deepest crease that I've ever seen. I didn't even know what a crease was then. And I was obsessed with it. Turns out that was contouring. Kevin O'Quarr was responsible for that video. Very famous makeup artist, very famous at contouring. That's what it was. So I wasn't looking at the contour, I was looking at the depth that was created by it. The purpose of contouring is to make things go away, hence that crease, to make it recede. So if you look at my face, if you think that if I contour here, it is going to make this area here recede, go inwards, therefore lifting the cheek here. Now that's all well and good, but on my face, it's not really going to be that appealing because it can make it look a bit too, you know, and that's not necessarily something that I really care for myself. But that's the purpose of contouring, is to push things back. The purpose of highlighting is to bring things forward. So as most of you know, anytime you highlight the tip of your nose, you are drawing attention to it. And some noses, little button noses, some other nose types look amazing with it because it can lift the tip and it can create a very sort of girly kind of look, innocent, youthful kind of look. But on some and most noses, it draws attention to an area that most people don't want made bigger. Now, if I did it on mine in general, it would just, you know, this bit already is too prominent. So why would I want to exasperate it? I can't even speak. So just to reiterate, because it is important, remember contouring is about creating depth. And highlighting is about bringing areas forward, and the blusher is to bring prettiness and gorgeousness back to the cheek. Now, if you enjoy walking around with that kind of look, great, go for it. But if you think that that is how to contour and highlight a cheek, it generally isn't. It's just a technique that has happened, you know, pretty much for the last few years. And it's quite interesting to know, because something else that's quite important is over the last 2 decades, we've seen overinflated faces, overinflated lips, cheeks, generally the whole face. Everything's gotten bigger. And it gets to the point where it's such an exaggerated look that it's never before happened in history. We've never seen it before. When you look back at old movies, we've never seen those kind of lips and cheeks and the immobile foreheads and everything else that goes with it. It's only now that we've seen it. And that's very important to know, because we can think that this is how people are supposed to look. And it's only now that they look this way. And that's important to understand. So there you go, that's the purpose of this video. Great comment, Dreamweaver. I thoroughly enjoyed reading it, and I thought it was absolutely just spot on the way you described it. It is very, very interesting, to say the least. But, you know, to each to their own, that's what I say. You know, I'm not a big fan of overly plucked eyebrows, but sometimes I'll look at somebody and they're rocking that over plucked eyebrow and it's really high and arched and they've got the blue eyeshadow, and I just think, good for you. You know, better to do what makes you happy than just live a life that just makes you feel completely grey. And that's what makeup should do, is it should bring beauty to the face. And it's worth bearing in mind that when I speak about beauty, I'm speaking about it from my point of view, which is when I look at somebody, I'm looking at the purpose of their face and the things to bring out in their face, not to contort it into something it's not, and not to create the Neapolitan ice cream effect, but to look at the eye and look at the features on the face that I think I can make look more beautiful than they already are. That's what I'm looking for, and the areas that I think would look slightly better if they were slightly less prominent, I look at those too. But that's how I look at it. Not everybody does, and a lot of people on YouTube and influencers and beauty bloggers aren't necessarily trained in that kind of field. So there's nothing wrong with the way that they're applying it. It's just my eye looks at things slightly differently. I just want to make somebody look a bit dreamy and girl next door. That's what I really like, when somebody goes, you know, I'm just gonna say it one last time. When you come to me for prom makeup, you know, I always say, because they almost always come, the young girls, and they will be like, so I'm going to get a really big spray tan, and I'm like, look, if you want to stand out from everyone else in that prom picture who's doing the same thing, then, and assuming you're pale skin, let's keep you pale, right? Let them tan. Let's keep you pale. You are going to stand out in that photo. Let's do the complete antithesis of what everyone else is doing, because believe me, they will all be looking at you. There you go. See you next time. Bye-bye. For those of you who are wondering what highlight that is, it's amazing, right? It is actually the Enlighten, and it is by Danessa Myricks. And it is an incredible highlighter, because you get like 10 grams of product in here. You get a lot of product, and you don't have to use it like that, but it's pretty bloody amazing. Okay, bye-bye.